Wow.
Sorry.
Let's see us back in 20 years and we will be totally wrong.
I'm roaming in these streets, boulevards, alleys, and dead ends.
Hello everyone! Worldwide Metal is a global series, so today we're making it truly global. We're heading to Paris, a city that apart from tourist landmarks is also a home to a band as unique as the French capital itself, Monolithe. These doom metalers have already released 10 studio albums, and honestly, whichever one you choose, you'll dive into the monument of a genre. I met Vincent in a cafe nearby my hotel, which gave pretty unusual background for this interview. But the moment we started talking, it felt like we've known each other for years. Besides music, we also touched on some important topics that matter to many people today. We had lots of fun, and yeah, you will also have a chance to see a unique DIY recording setup. Let's teleport to Paris right now! Worldwide Metal! Hey everyone, Michał Gral aka Metal Gentleman here, and today we're in Paris and we have a very special guest from a band Monolithe.
Hello, Michal. I'm Vincent from the band Monolithe, the French band Monolithe. Doom metal, doom epic metal.
Right, man, it's great to have you here. And my first question before we get to Monolith is because you were born in the 70s, I wanted to check how do you actually get up with new days, and how do you what would you want to tell about various periods in metal music from the 80s up to now? Which one is the best? Which one is not? Or maybe they are equal?
It's a good point. And we measure, being born in the 70s, we measure once that we are old, getting old, but yeah. We measure the chance we have to have gone through all these periods.
Yeah.
Obviously, I started listening music in the 80s, not in the 70s. So we had the chance to discover disco, the beginning of the punk, of the heavy metal, thrash metal. So we're born with that. We have stacked all these influences among the years. So now your question is, which one is better? I would tend to think that the best period for anyone is the one you are building your music onto. Yeah. So I've discovered metal with Metallica, with Slayer, Pantera, all that stuff. So that rings a bell to me. This brings something in my mind when I listen to that, something that I hardly get now. With time, it gets harder and harder to get that same feeling of discovery. So that's why the first bands are sometimes the best for you, but not in absolute, I would say.
Yeah, we grew with them, so they put more emotions in the periods we actually needed those emotions. Yeah, exactly. All right, you mentioned growing old. Yeah, we obviously are.
Yeah.
How do you manage that? Are you okay with that? Or
yeah. You have to adapt your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't rehearse and I don't play on stage the same way as I used to play when I was in the 20s. But if you manage to stay fit, if you manage to maybe drink less alcohol, that stuff, it's something you can manage easily. I'm not sure I will say the same thing 20 years from now, but for now it's okay. We can manage it.
I heard that idea about drinking less alcohol. Probably everyone is right with that one. All right. Before we switch to Monolith, I wanted I wanted to ask you about your previous bands and actually your background, because what I found was mainly the rock band Devianz.
Yeah.
It's kind of connected to doom metal as well, because you
Yeah.
had Vincent from Anathema
Exactly.
as a guest appearance, and both a guest, studio guest and live guest.
Yes,
And I saw
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
And
good
I'm curious
research.
about that one, and if there's something not mentioned in the internet as well.
Yeah, there's actually something maybe as big as Devianz. In the past, I started with a band, a progressive metal band called Aching Beauty.
Okay.
It was in the 90s. At that time, we were kind of the only French band covering Dream Theater.
Okay.
So we were quite famous for that.
Yeah, it's still a nice effort to cover Dream Theater, man.
And it was a small group of people knowing Dream Theater and the progressive metal area. We made an album in 2004, which is called L'Ultima Ora. L'Ultima Ora, it's an Italian name. So Aching Beauty was quite famous in the progressive metal French area. It lasted like 10 years.
All right.
So yeah, we made some pretty good scenes. It was pretty good stages, and then it stopped after 10 years. And I moved on, and I did something more aggressive, not more metal, because I definitely moved to a more rock band. Devianz is more influenced. I would say it sounds more like Foo Fighters or
the punk energy as well.
Yeah, it's
right?
punk energy in Devianz. It's in French. The text is in French, and we had a chance to tour with nice bands and to play on record and live with Vince from Anathema. It's a totally different approach, a really more energetic approach, even on stage, where I was like moving like a freak on stage, which was not possible at all with Aching Beauty because it was too technical to move on stage.
you move on your guitar.
But in Devianz, I was jumping around every time.
Right.
And then, after like 10 years as well, it stopped. And in Devianz, I met Benoit from Monolithe. Benoit, who was already part of Monolithe. And I heard about Monolithe at that time, so I knew the band. And when Devianz split, Benoit continued on his project with Monolithe. I tried something else, more electro metal, more like Carpenter Brut-like. It's a side project called 10-10-10. Just a side project, and then Benoit and Sylvain contacted me and asked me if I wanted to join Monolith. So I knew Sylvain, I knew Benoit, so it was easy.
Just answered about your 10-10-10 or this project that I already told you that I like the music.
Oh, yeah.
And I already felt the vibe, the Monolith vibe in that one, maybe accidentally. But the spacey atmospheres,
yes,
they were already included, and somehow you joined Monolith on their 10th album. Yeah. If it comes to symbolics,
that's nice.
That's triple 10 in your band.
Yeah,
So maybe nice. That's not a coincidence after all.
Yeah. And Benoit was part of 10-10-10 as well. So maybe that explains some influences and the spatial influences that you have.
Just a bonus because you're obviously a great musician as well. And a vocalist. And obviously they're doing modernization only today. From 11 to 12, right? Exactly. Okay, I'll get back to your vocal stuff and then later on. And okay, I somehow see that Monolith is right now starting to get more recognition in the world, and well, it's actually your 10th album, so it's about time.
It's about time,
and the music is like great from the very beginning, because you can get back to the first album and say, wow, it's great music, and it evolved.
Yeah,
Maybe not too much for me.
You think so?
Yeah, because I'm kind of like I like to listen to all kinds of music unless it's good. And obviously, for some Orthodox people, clean vocals and stuff, it's like, oh, and the melodies. Oh my God, how can they do melodies?
Yeah,
but the evolution, especially in 20 years, it's not that much. You're still sticking to the doom. Symbolics, sci-fi, dystopian atmosphere that it started.
The genre is still the same. I think the music has evolved at some point because the production has evolved, the sound has evolved. There's actually more synth right now in the 10th album than there was in the first, but there were already a lot of experimentations in the first and in the fourth first album, you know, the great clockmaker cycle. You can find some accordion. You can find some epic synth as well. But it's more. I believe it's more present right now because it's actually played in live.
Yeah.
The real difference and the real evolution for the band is when we started playing live. In the first place, the 4 first albums were only studio album. So I think that Sylvain composed these songs. I say song because, you know, one album is one song in Monolith, with no restriction, but with no real purpose of playing them live. So that's why we have. C'est bon. Pas de souci. So my point is that the music has evolved because the projection of the band has evolved. Because now I think that the music is intended to be played on stage. Yeah. So this is the evolution. So maybe we can allow more stuff, and because we have a projection of how it will be played live. Having said that. Yeah, the genre is still the same. It's still doom metal. It's still epic. It's still uncompromising. It's still something very deep. You have to go deep into. And we even try to make that in live because we don't care about playing 10 minutes songs only in live. It's okay. It's okay with that. We stick to that even in live.
Okay, I'll skip few questions because I wanted to ask about if there was anything challenging if it comes to Monolith, but since you played Dream Theater, then maybe this question is totally missed.
No, it's there's always something challenging when you play. That was the same question when I joined the Devianz.
Okay.
The guys from Devianz told me, "Oh, you will get bored if you play with Devianz. It's punk, it's rock." But no. You put your energy somewhere else. I can sing more. If I don't play Dream Theater like stuff, obviously, and it's challenging on one point. It's the time and the length of the songs. You have to remember everything. There's a huge work on memory because, as you know, Monolith is very long. The songs are very long, but they're totally different from one part to another. And so you would someone who's not used to listen to that would say, oh, it's every time the same thing. But no, there's always one time changing, one note changing, one rhythm which changes a little bit. So you have to memorize all that, and this is a challenge.
Yeah, and I think I know what you mean, because my band actually told me that the hardest song they learned right now was the 7.5 minute song with 11 notes in it, like the 11 main notes.
Okay.
And it's like trance, and
Yeah.
so they don't know how to count it. Because it's not like four tacts. No, it's,
When you miss one note in a progressive metal,
yeah, it's okay.
it's okay because there are so many notes that you can miss one. If you miss one note in Monolithe, you can hear it.
Yeah. And the longest song you played live was
For Monolithe,
overall, actually, maybe.
overall,
Because it's the subject of long songs.
yeah. Monolith, we played 15 minutes songs, but I think I played longer songs with Aching Beauty when we covered some Metropolis Part 2 songs.
Okay.
At some points it was longer, I guess.
All right. If it comes to the music challenges, does singing along with the bass is a challenge as well for you, or it comes not naturally?
I started to learn like that. I started to learn music on my own by playing bass and singing at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's now a kind of reflex. It's like if you're asking a drummer, how can you play different stuff with your arms and legs? It's like playing something with your hands and singing something with your head. It's kind of natural. I'm not saying it's easy, but it gets natural.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. If it comes to new Monolith, Monolith stuff, are you already composing?
Yeah.
And do you compose all of you, or it's still Sylvain?
Sylvain is the main actor
main.
of the band. He has everything in his head since the very beginning.
Yeah.
So the way we process is Sylvain has all the ideas. He comes with all the songs. Everything is composed by Sylvain, but then we play.
And add your touch, right?
And we add our touch. And
All right.
Sylvain is quite open to new ideas, and he suggests some bass lines.
Okay.
But if I come with something very different, very, very different, I could come up with, do you want some double hand tapping on that part? He would say, oh yeah, why not?
Okay.
So he's quite open.
If it comes to Monolith concert, then obviously it's still just a start, right?
Yeah.
I saw there are already some tour dates for next month. And do you plan to evolve in that way, make even a longer tour if that's possible, or prefer just single gigs, weekend gigs?
No, we look forward to do some longer tours. We were kind of struggling to find dates in the 2024-2025.
Yeah.
I know it gets better in 2026. So we have something that has been announced last week. The Church of Doom in Italy, for example, will play at the Green Hell Festival in Germany, and we are working probably on a UK tour maybe in 2026, 2027. So we hope doing that. We will focus in Europe.
Okay.
Definitely.
And if it comes to live shows, do you plan to make the visuals even telling a story or something? Because what I saw was just either a logo or some universe, and actually with your music you could tell a story on the gig. So if there are any plans on that?
Yeah, I don't know what you saw actually, but on the recent concert, as long as we have something we can project our stuff, we have all the songs have their own video, and it's really based on the song. It's not something looping randomly. And all the new songs, for example, from the Black Hole District album, are very much related to AI and self-consciousness. So there are videos showing some abstract stuff and showing some excerpts from movies that you would be able to recognize based on the
concept.
AI and conscience, for
Right.
example. So
And
we will keep doing that.
Okay.
And more and more, I guess.
Because you could stick Monolithe music and ideas to movies like, I don't know, Blade Runner, Minority Report Brazil, and it's obviously a total dystopia, and the humankind is going down and to its collapse, and we obviously see that. But actually, are you more optimistic on that, or it's just that the humankind has its end in the nearest future?
Wow.
Sorry.
No. No. I will drop the mood, but I'm quite a pessimistic guy.
All right.
On my part.
All right.
I don't know about Sylvain. I think Sylvain wouldn't be an optimistic guy and
After
writing
10 records.
and writing that kind of stuff. I think we agree on that. I'm quite pessimistic, and the everyday gives me reasons to be pessimistic. This is not sad. Being pessimistic is not being sad, because as I see the society, the world going down, my first reflex would be to enjoy every day as much as we can and to offer as much as we can, because we have to fight. But I know I won't be able to fight against what the world is becoming, but I can fight on a daily basis to enjoy and provide something to people. But no, I'm not quite optimistic.
Well, I think I share your point of view. But the other thing that maybe we also share is AI as a tool.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's everywhere. And do you like in somehow use AI solutions, or definitely no? Let's stick to manual stuff and only instruments made out of wood and so on and so on.
It's very, very good question. I'm quite adamant on that. Even in my job, I'm working on IT stuff.
All right.
And I don't like AI because I believe I know how AI works. And I don't stick to the bullshit of what's been sold to us with AI. AI is just what we call a stochastic parrot. You know, he's just reading stuff, digesting stuff, and throwing up stuff in
a friendly way.
In a friendly way.
Like I'm a colleague, right?
Yeah, like in a friendly way, in a very confident way.
Yeah.
Confidence is the problem with AI, because it makes you believe it's true and it's not. So this is for my global perception of AI. I don't like AI for that, because AI is lying about what it's really it is really. On a music level, it's a no-go. We don't use AI. I guess I can speak for the whole band. We will never use AI. I have never used AI to compose anything, lyrics or music. I fear that at some point I won't be able to make the difference between something that has been produced by AI and something human.
Yeah.
But when we talk in the first place about something that it's driving me in in music, we talked about the memories, we talked about the past, and the emotion that it's brought by music. This I'm quite sure I will never find a music that brings emotion to me if it's been written and played by an AI.
Yeah.
This is my conviction.
If we don't go to live shows and don't feel actually the music and the musicians like a normal organism, that's where we gain those emotions.
Exactly.
And I don't think AI can somehow change that in the at least 20 years, for example, because maybe when our generations die, the newer generations who like are raised with AI only, maybe they will find emotions elsewhere.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
But
For us, it's like a generation of the analogic generation and the digital generation. And some people, maybe older than us, would say, "Oh, I prefer the sound of the vinyl and the LP, but because it has something more vibrant or something like that." And I could argue saying, yeah, but a CD is pure music. The frequency is pure. It's better music. And the older people would say, yeah, but I prefer the old way. And maybe in 20 years we will have the same discussion with the new generation, and they will say, oh, but look at that, AI is providing exactly the music I want. And I would say, okay, this is a nice music, but it doesn't bring emotion to me.
Yeah, maybe younger people's brains or the newer generation's brains will already be evolved to a state that they gain those emotions from artificial music. But well,
good point.
We recorded that, so we can talk in 20 years and see what happens.
Let's see us back in 20 years, and we will be totally wrong.
Let's hope so, because what can be seen is that humankind goes circles. I can see already even the younger people are fed up with the AI and
already
digital
you see
stuff
that?
and and the globalization and capitalism and all of everything and stuff. And
so there's hope.
There's hope. There's hope, but obviously some people don't want us to have that hope. So let's see in 20 years.
It's pretty much all about the money, basically. So the AI bullshit is pretty much on the AI bubble, and people are trying to sell you some stuff based on lies. AI is a great tool. AI can bring some really useful stuff, but
like summarize a text or something.
It can even help in medicine and all that. But this is the purpose of a bubble. They are trying to sell us some stuff based on lies and on promises that won't be fulfilled. So we are on the top of the how do you say, the roller coaster, and we're ready to get the disappointment.
That's a nice one. Okay, but next question, actually, if it's not AI, if it's not dystopia and the end of humankind, no themes like that, then what would Monolith's themes be?
In the first place, we are at a tipping point in the Monolith story, because Monolith has covered everything from the very beginning. The Great Clockmaker cycle is all about what happens after the Big Bang, the creation of the universe, galaxies, all that stuff. And now we have arrived at the humanity after some point, and then the humanity is looking for something else in the universe. Now the cycle with Black Hole District is talking about self-consciousness, AI. The next album will probably cover the same kind of topic, even further, without saying too much. What else remains to be told after that? I guess that if everything is a cycle, as you say, I would say that even the universe would be a cycle. You know the theory of the great bounce, not the Big Bang, but the big bounce.
Maybe I do, but not to recall it. So
this is a theory saying that the Big Bang was actually a big bounce, and saying that the universe had existed before, collapsed, bounced, and recreated and is again. So maybe we can explore the bounce, the collapse of the universe, and then rethink
All
a
right.
new big band.
All right.
Yeah.
That's kind of optimistic, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it happens, then we have the answer for the very first question,
Yeah.
and we can be sure that if someone wants to live in other times,
Yeah.
then yeah, it's still possible. So,
I like that idea. That,
all right.
yeah.
So yeah, from the pessimism we got to optimism, actually.
On a larger scale, yeah, I'm a pessimist guy on the short scale, but optimist guy
All right,
on the large scale.
but that's good, and yeah, I know what you mean, because whenever a new day comes,
Yeah.
then it's easy to be a pessimist
Yeah.
in this. I guess everywhere in the world,
Yeah,
it's like we think of our country as sometimes the worst, because we have all our duties here.
Yeah.
But then everyone has its problems, and
No, we're not unhappy. No, we can consider ourselves happy living in Europe, for example. We see the problems. We have our own problems, but we can assume we are happier than most of the world.
Okay. Then, from happiness, I wanted to ask you if you just stick with the guys from Monolithe for rehearsals, shows, or are you just colleagues? You do meetings, party, or whatever?
No. We just had a dinner yesterday and the day before with Benoit and Thibaut, for example. And we stick around. We not only play
Perfect.
together, yeah. Even if it's you could argue that it's a one-man band because Sylvain has been the head of all that since the beginning. But now Sylvain is not just hiring us. No, we're not just musicians together.
And I didn't think that anywhere in the band's history it was like that. Someone was a session musician.
Yeah.
So
no, it's not.
It's quite common in bands that there's one brain, like the big brain, but it doesn't work without 5 or 6 people bands.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've known Benoit for years.
Yeah.
I've known Thibaut for years because Thibaut, I forgot to mention that, but Thibaut was as well the drummer for Devianz.
Okay.
I've known Sylvain for years as well. And we are, half of the band has been changed, for the last, the previous album. So Quentin is new, the singer is new. Axel on the keyboards is new as well. I'm officially new, even if I have played with Monolith in the past, but you don't know it because I was hidden, let's say that. I've known half of the band for a long time, and the new guys are so nice. So we really stick together very nice.
Okay, that's great to hear. Sticking to fun subjects, any really memorable thing that happened on tour, or something connected to bands, the wildlife, and so on, that really sticks in your head?
For Monolith, it's quite fresh because, as I told you, half the band is quite new. So we just started touring. But I have a nice story to tell. When we started touring again after the 10th album, Black Hole District, our first gig, we almost never made it. The first gig, because the car crashed during so it's common, it's common with the rock bands, but we didn't expect that on our first gig. So half the band arrived quietly at the place in Bretagne, and the other half just broke in the middle of the road. So they had to rent a new car. They had to wait for the fixing for the car to repair, and they arrived like 40 minutes before the gig. Actually, we were playing, so the first bands were already playing. Sylvain, Thibaut, and Axel arrived 30 minutes before the beginning of the show. They just ate something very quick and they went on stage. So we did the balance for them. So I did the guitar balance for them. So yeah, it was quite stressful for the first gig, but it's good memories now.
Okay, it's my first gig after a break in 2 weeks, so
Oh, yeah.
so
Finger
I'm
crossed.
totally sure that something will happen. Okay, man, great. That was an amazing interview, and I wanted to wrap it up with your current plans with Monolithe, or
Yeah.
even yourself as well.
The plans are we have a lot of things planned now. So as I told you, the next album is composed. We have recorded the guitars already. Drums and bass will be recorded at the end of the year, beginning of the year. So I don't have any date, but we know the music, we know the concept, we know the art already. So I'm very happy with what will be brought with the 11th album. And this will be going in line with all the dates I mentioned, in Italy, in Germany, probably later in the UK. So everything will go smooth, and we will get back to a normal trend.
All right,
Yeah.
probably 11 songs or 11-minute songs, and so on.
I won't spoil it.
No, I don't want you to. But just giving the symbolics here.
Yeah.
All right. Anything you want to add to this interview or to the audience of Worldwide Metal?
Yeah, Michel, thanks for this interview. It was really great to meet you. You had very, very deep questions. I was not always prepared for that level of question.
Okay.
It's very great not to talk only about music, but about perception, time. We even talked about the universe.
Yeah,
It's great.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
very monolith linked.
It just developed. So
Yeah.
yeah. It's always. I try to prepare myself to everything I do, but you don't know the second person or the band or whatever. So it's like playing a concert, and you have 2 or 3 songs for encore
Yeah.
or something, and if no one comes, then obviously you don't play those songs, because for whom?
Yeah.
And if the greater show is, then the more you play,
Yeah,
and
sure.
so on, so on. So there must be a space for some improvisation and so on. And it was great, because we handled it perfectly, both of us. So I'm happy. And
Thanks,
to this camera, say hi to all the people in Worldwide Metal.
Thanks to all the listeners and watchers for Worldwide Metal with Michel. It was great meeting you.
All right.
Cheers.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
Thanks.
All right. That was really good.
Yeah. We have to see the setup. Okay, the tour. Okay. Oh yeah. One more. Oh, the castle is great.
I must like that kind of stuff.
For this. So you can put a whole concept on that. You know. Yeah.
If you're here for the first time, Worldwide Metal series explore metal gems from many parts of the world, not only Europe. So check my channel for some unique metal discoveries. And to all who enjoyed this Worldwide Metal episode, hit like, subscribe and comment so we can meet on another stop of this never-ending metal ride. And if you want to go the extra mile, you can also buy me a coffee to help keep this series running. Thanks for striking through this amazing conversation. Huge thanks to Vincent and Monolithe for time and energy. Cheers!